The Anxious Generation. How Smartphones and Social Media Shaped a Crisis. The Anxious Generation by Jonathan Haidt. What if I told you that an entire generation is experiencing anxiety, depression, and social struggles at levels never seen before? Jonathan Haidt's The Anxious Generation explores how the rise of smartphones and social media has rewired young minds, leaving them more vulnerable than ever. Why are kids today more anxious? How did smartphones and social media shape this crisis? And most importantly, how do we fix it? Stick around as we break down the key insights from this eye-opening book. Jonathan Haidt, a renowned social psychologist, examines the mental health crisis among young people. Over the last decade, rates of anxiety, depression, self-harm, and suicide have skyrocketed, particularly among Gen Z. Haidt argues that the shift from free play and real-world social interactions to screen-based living has fundamentally altered how young people develop resilience, identity, and emotional well-being. This book isn't just about the problem, it also proposes solutions. By understanding the core causes, we can reclaim childhood and build a healthier, happier generation. Imagine two contrasting childhoods. One, pre-2010, is filled with the sounds of laughter echoing from playgrounds, the thrill of building forts in the woods, the messy joy of mud pies and scraped knees. Kids roamed their neighborhoods on bikes, invented games with simple props, and learned to navigate social dynamics through direct interaction. They experienced the world firsthand, developing resilience and problem-solving skills through real-world challenges. The other childhood, post-2010, is drastically different. It's quieter, more solitary. The playground is often empty, replaced by the glow of screens. Kids spend hours indoors, immersed in digital worlds, scrolling through social media feeds, watching videos, and playing online games. Their friendships are often mediated through text messages and emojis, lacking the nuance and depth of face-to-face connection. They are constantly exposed to curated images and algorithmic manipulations, shaping their perceptions of themselves and the world around them. Jonathan Haidt calls this seismic shift the Great Rewiring. It's a fundamental transformation in how children experience and interact with the world. Childhood, once characterized by exploration, independence, and real-world problem-solving, has been increasingly replaced by a digital existence. Kids are no longer primarily learning through direct experiences. Their understanding of the world is filtered through screens, where algorithms and carefully crafted content shape their thoughts, emotions, and behaviors. Before 2010, childhood was a training ground for life. Kids learned to negotiate, compromise, and resolve conflicts through play. They developed physical skills, spatial reasoning, and risk assessment through outdoor adventures. They built resilience by facing minor setbacks and learning from their mistakes. These experiences weren't just fun, they were crucial for healthy development. After 2010, the digital revolution changed everything. Smartphones became ubiquitous, social media platforms exploded in popularity, and the culture of overprotection intensified. Children's lives were increasingly structured, supervised, and moved indoors. The freedom to explore, experiment, and learn from real-world experiences was curtailed. Haidt argues that this rewiring has profound consequences for children's mental health and development. Studies consistently show that kids who engage in unrestricted outdoor play develop stronger problem-solving skills, greater emotional resilience, and better social skills compared to those raised in highly structured, screen-dominated environments. They learn to manage risk, navigate social situations, and bounce back from setbacks, essential skills for navigating the challenges of adulthood. The digital world, while offering certain benefits, cannot replicate the richness and complexity of real-world experiences. Screens can't teach the nuances of face-to-face communication, the thrill of physical challenges, or the satisfaction of overcoming obstacles through perseverance. When kids are deprived of these essential experiences, their brains don't develop the resilience and coping mechanisms needed to thrive in the real world. Key takeaway: if children don't experience real-world independence, if they are constantly shielded from challenges and discomfort, their brains don't develop the resilience and emotional regulation needed for adulthood. They become more vulnerable to anxiety, depression, and other mental health challenges. The Great Rewiring has created a generation of young people who are, in many ways, less prepared for the realities of life. This isn't just a matter of nostalgia for a simpler time. It's a fundamental issue that needs to be addressed if we want to create a healthier future for our children. The social media experiment: impact on mental health. The early 2010s marked a turning point in the relationship between young people and technology. Facebook, Instagram, and Snapchat, already popular, introduced features like likes, comments, and infinite scrolling. These seemingly innocuous additions transformed social media from a platform for connection into a dopamine-driven addiction. Suddenly, every post, every photo became a competition for validation, measured in likes and comments. The constant stream of curated content created a distorted view of reality, fueling social comparison and a relentless pursuit of external approval. Haidt argues that social media is fundamentally different from previous forms of media like television or video games. Television was passive. Viewers consumed content. Video games offered interaction, but within a defined space. Social media, on the other hand, is a constant, immersive world that shapes identity, self-esteem, and relationships. It's not just about what kids are seeing. It's about how they are participating in a system designed to keep them hooked. The algorithms that power these platforms personalize content and create echo chambers, reinforcing existing biases and anxieties. The constant notifications, the fear of missing out, FOMO, and the pressure to present a perfect online persona contribute to a toxic environment for many young people. The impact has been particularly devastating for teenage girls. Self-harm rates skyrocketed, eating disorders doubled, and teen suicide rates jumped dramatically in the years following the widespread adoption of these interactive social media features. While correlation doesn't equal causation, the timing is deeply concerning. Haidt explores the potential links between social media use and these mental health challenges, highlighting the pressure to conform to unrealistic beauty standards, the prevalence of cyberbullying, and the constant exposure to idealized versions of reality. The constant comparisons, the curated images, the pursuit of likes, it all takes a toll. Kids are constantly evaluating themselves against others, leading to feelings of inadequacy, anxiety, and depression. They are living in a world where their worth is measured by online metrics, creating a fragile sense of self-esteem that is dependent on external validation. As former Facebook executive Chamath Palihapitiya admitted, "We have created tools that are ripping apart the social fabric of how society works." This isn't just hyperbole. It's a recognition of the profound impact these platforms have on individuals and society as a whole. Key takeaway: social media is not just a fun distraction. It fundamentally changes the way kids view themselves and interact with the world. It's a powerful force that can have both positive and negative effects. Understanding the potential risks is crucial for parents, educators, and young people themselves. It's not about demonizing technology. but about creating a healthier relationship with it, one that prioritizes well-being, real-life connections, and a balanced approach to online and offline life. It's about empowering young people to use these tools mindfully, rather than being used by them. For decades, parents have been bombarded with the message that constant supervision equals good parenting. The narrative has been one of protecting children from every possible harm, both physical and emotional. This has led to the rise of what Jonathan Haidt calls helicopter parenting, a style characterized by excessive involvement in children's lives, often with the best of intentions, but with unintended consequences. Haidt argues that while parents genuinely want to protect their children, overprotective parenting can actually lead to anxious, risk-averse children. By constantly intervening and shielding kids from challenges, parents are inadvertently preventing them from developing the very skills they need to thrive in the real world. Haidt explains how this dynamic plays out. 1. Increased parental control. Decreased problem-solving skills in kids. When parents constantly step in to solve their children's problems, they're depriving them of the opportunity to learn how to navigate challenges on their own. Kids don't get the chance to develop critical thinking, decision-making, and problem-solving skills, leaving them feeling helpless and dependent. 2. Less independence, more anxiety. Independence is crucial for building self-confidence and resilience. When kids are constantly monitored and restricted, they don't have the chance to explore their own abilities, take calculated risks, and learn from their experiences. This lack of autonomy can fuel anxiety and a fear of the unknown. 3. More structure and safety, less resilience and adaptability. While safety is important, an excessive focus on eliminating all risks can actually make children more fragile. They don't learn how to cope with adversity, manage disappointment, or bounce back from setbacks. Resilience, the ability to adapt and thrive in the face of challenges, is built through experience, not through protection. Haidt contrasts the childhoods of previous generations with the experiences of kids today. In the 1970s and 80s, children enjoyed significantly more freedom and independence. They walked to school, rode their bikes around the neighborhood, and played outside without constant adult supervision. These experiences weren't just fun. They were crucial for developing independence, social skills, and conflict resolution abilities. Kids learned to navigate social dynamics, manage risks, and solve problems on their own. Today, many children aren't even allowed to walk alone until their teenage years. They are constantly supervised. Their activities are highly structured, and they are often shielded from any form of discomfort or failure. While parents believe they are acting in their children's best interests, they are inadvertently creating a generation of young people who are less prepared for the challenges of adulthood. Key takeaway: when children are overprotected, they become unprepared for real-world challenges. They lack the resilience, problem-solving skills, and independence needed to navigate the complexities of life. It's not about being neglectful or careless. It's about finding a balance between protection and empowerment. It's about giving kids the space to learn, grow, and develop the skills they need to become confident, capable adults. It's about recognizing that sometimes the best way to protect our children is to let them take some risks, experience some failures, and learn to bounce back on their own. It's about fostering resilience, not fragility. The fix? Reclaiming childhood and building resilience. Jonathan Haidt doesn't just diagnose the problem of the anxious generation. He provides clear, research-backed solutions for parents, educators, and policymakers. He offers a roadmap for reclaiming childhood, a path towards building resilience, and reducing anxiety in young people. It's not about turning back the clock, but about creating a healthier and more balanced environment for children to thrive. Haidt's plan involves a multi-pronged approach, focusing on key areas that have contributed to the rise in anxiety. Delay smartphone and social media use. Haidt recommends delaying smartphone ownership until at least age 14 and social media use until 16. This allows children to develop crucial social skills and emotional regulation before being exposed to the pressures and complexities of the online world. It's about giving them a chance to build a strong foundation in real-life interactions before navigating the digital landscape. Encourage free play and outdoor activities. Kids need unstructured time to explore, take risks, and solve problems on their own. Free play is essential for developing creativity, resilience, and social skills. It's about letting kids be kids, allowing them to experiment, make mistakes, and learn from their experiences. Outdoor activities in particular offer numerous benefits for physical and mental health. Reduce screen time at home. Creating tech-free zones and engaging in family bonding activities are crucial for fostering connection and reducing reliance on screens. This could involve setting limits on screen time, establishing family dinners without devices, and prioritizing activities that promote real-life interaction. Board games, outdoor adventures, conversations. Teach emotional resilience. Children need to learn how to cope with challenges and setbacks. This involves allowing them to face age-appropriate difficulties, encouraging them to persevere, and teaching them healthy coping mechanisms. It's about helping them develop a growth mindset, where they see challenges as opportunities for learning and growth, rather than threats to their self-esteem. Reform schools. Schools play a vital role in supporting children's mental health. Haidt advocates for bringing back recess, play-based learning, and real-world problem-solving activities. He also emphasizes the importance of creating a positive and supportive school environment where children feel safe, connected, and valued. Haidt points to Finland as an example of a country that has successfully prioritized children's well-being. Finland has one of the lowest childhood anxiety rates, and their education system emphasizes free play, problem-solving, and student autonomy. Key takeaway: we can reverse the anxiety crisis, but it requires bold changes in parenting, education, and technology use. It's not about assigning blame or demonizing technology. It's about recognizing the challenges and taking proactive steps to create a healthier environment for children to thrive. It's about reclaiming childhood, giving kids back the experiences and skills they need to navigate the world with confidence and resilience. Is a collective effort requiring parents, educators, policymakers, and communities to work together to prioritize the well-being of the next generation. The final takeaway: reclaiming childhood, one step at a time. The biggest lesson from the anxious generation is clear. Smartphones, social media, and helicopter parenting have fundamentally rewired childhood, contributing to a crisis of anxiety and a loss of resilience. But the good news is that the solution isn't complicated, though it does require a collective effort. It's about reclaiming childhood, giving kids back the experiences and opportunities they need to thrive. It boils down to 3 key principles. Give kids their childhood back. This means providing them with the freedom and space to explore, play, and learn through real-world experiences. It's about trusting them to take calculated risks, allowing them to make mistakes, and supporting them as they develop independence and resilience. Encourage real-world interactions over digital ones. Prioritize face-to-face connections, family bonding activities, and community involvement. Help kids develop strong social skills, emotional intelligence, and empathy through meaningful interactions with others. Limit screen exposure and prioritize outdoor, unsupervised play. Set healthy boundaries for screen time, create tech-free zones, and encourage outdoor activities. Free play is essential for physical and mental health, creativity, and resilience. Want to dive deeper into this important topic? Get the full book in the links provided in the description. Now, I want to hear from you. What resonated most with you from this summary? Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Let's start a conversation about how we can create a healthier future for our children. If this summary helped you understand the challenges facing today's youth, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to join Top 1% for more book insights on personal development, success, and mindset. The kind of knowledge that helps you level up in all areas of life. Join Topson, level up your mindset.